Jimmy, congratulations. I heard the news that you are becoming the jury president of Santo Domingo Global Film Festival.
Yes, indeed. Very excited about it. It's such an honor because I've been going there for the past maybe 15 years. So I've seen the evolution of the festival, and I've seen the evolution of the Dominican cinema and the presence that they attract at that film festival. People from all over um, Spanish-speaking countries go there because they understand that it's becoming a real hub. So I'm really honored to be the jury president this year.
Most excellent. So did they ask you or you volunteered to for this position?
I've known the festival, as I said, since 2007 or 8. So I've been there numerous times, and I ended up knowing the founders and the directors very well, including the president of the country, who used to be Lionel Fernandez, and the president. The festival runs under his foundation, FUNGLODE. So we've known each other for a long time, but I was in the Dominican Republic last year. I was shooting a movie called Melodrama, and then I met with Omar de la Cruz, and that's when we started to think about this upcoming festival. And he did mention that he'll be happy to have me at the festival, so that's how it came about.
Most excellent. So as jury president, what are some of your duties or what do you plan to do in this position?
Well, I guess as any other jury president, making sure that everybody is watching all the movies, all the jury members are watching the movies, and then we come up with discussions about each movie and make sure that we select the ones that we believe deserve to be recognized. It's an odd thing to have to judge a movie because an art piece is an art piece. You know what I mean? But collectively, we might find reasons why we might want to award a director, an actor, a movie, a subject matter more than another. So it's a fun. I think it's a fun job because not only you seeing movies from parts of the world that you might not have been aware of, like subject matters that you might not have been aware of. So it's educational as well uh, for me. So no, definitely looking forward to that, and yeah, and I will take it very seriously because I understand what it means to be recognized at a film festival. It can help someone's career. So yeah, it's something to take very seriously.
I'm actually amazed with your busy schedule. You must well have to go through dozens and hundreds of films yourself.
Yeah, yeah. It's madness, but I like it. That's what I like to do. I like movies. I shoot, as you might realize, all over the world, in different parts of the world, and I'm very curious as an actor, as a producer, trying to understand what's going on elsewhere as well. So going to those film festivals, it gives me a chance to expand my knowledge about the movie business, meeting new people, new ideas, and yeah, I like to find time for those kind of festivals. Uh, and and the other thing is, Dominican Republic is very close to home. I'm from Haiti, and there is I'm getting a lot of my roots by being there, the weather, the landscape, some of the culture as well. So for me, it's almost like going back home, even though we know that things are not very straight between Dominican Republic and Haiti, full of mini conflicts, which I'm aware of. And for me, being part of this festival is also a testament of opening a dialogue and making sure that, as one island, we can potentially have a future where we can work together, in all sectors.
Now, Jimmy, I know you attend a lot of film festivals. I have met you before, but what makes Santo Domingo Global Film Festival different from the other film festivals out there?
A few things. First of all, yes, Santo Domingo is a small country, but what the president was very clever with is that in 2010 he came up with with the law of cinema, La Ley de Cine, where the big companies can invest in movies instead of paying their taxes. So which then created some kind of an industry over there. So before, they used to have like maybe 2 or 3 movies a year being shot in the Dominican Republic by Dominicans. Now they're up to 45 movies. So it's a huge jump, 45 movies a year, Dominican movies. And that's without including some of the international productions going there. Secondly, they have a huge studio there, Pinewood Studio, which is the 3rd Pinewood. After London, Atlanta, you have Dominican Republic. So that means any kind of production can go there and shoot their movies or their TV show. And people are starting to be aware of that. They're starting to understand that that kind of things is happening. And it's a Spanish-speaking country, so it attracts, I mean, I don't know the percentage of the population of the world that speaks Spanish, but it's very interesting because of that. And I really believe that Santo Domingo or Dominican Republic can become the hub of cinema, not just in the region of the Caribbean, but even potentially in the whole of Spanish-speaking language countries of South America and the Caribbean. So they have lots of room to grow, and they're doing extremely well. So that's why, I think it's important to be there. It's an important film festival.
Well, it's also important to tell these stories from the islands, from the, in the Caribbean too. I mean, there's not a lot of these stories out there, and this is a great chance to spread those stories.
Completely. I mean, that's why, when you have 45 movies shot by Dominicans in the island, you have a lot of real, authentic Dominicans or Caribbean stories. And because they don't have the pressure to have a commercial success, they can take the time and create beautiful pieces of art, and I truly believe that in the next few years, we'll have a lot of Dominican filmmakers invading the rest of the world because, they have the opportunity to grow. So yeah, to be able to tell our own stories, I think that's also part of the agenda.
And like I mentioned before, you support a lot of film festivals. What is your love for these independent films?
Independent films is the heart of filmmaking. That's what everybody started to do, and then they ended up making a lot of money, and then it becomes commercial big blockbusters. But really, the art is in the independent filmmaking, But at the same time, I understand it's a struggle. It's difficult to raise money. It's difficult to make money. So that's why those festivals need to be supported. Those movies need to be screened to the audience, and they need to have they need to exist. So they need proper attention. So that's why I'm really paying attention to them, and also it's a way to detect the upcoming filmmakers. Usually people start with short movie and maybe your first independent, and then if you're in that circle, then very early on you start to realize, oh my God, this guy or that girl, they have lots of talent, and then of course 5 years, 10 years later, they're done doing the blockbusters. But I think the art of cinema, the love for the cinema, that's what keeps me close to independent filmmaking, which is mostly what I do these days, to be honest with you, because I shoot in multiple parts of the world, and most of the movies that I do are independent movies, in Europe, in Africa, in India, in America, in South America. And from time to time, if there's a huge budget that comes along, yeah, of course, you're not going to say no to that. But really, my love is for the independent filmmaking community.
So did you get your start in the independent filmmaking business first, and was it in Haiti?
I got my start from hustling. No, my start was, I mean, it started as a dancer in musical theaters in Spain. Uh, by the way, I grew up in Paris.
Ah,
After I was 12, I moved to Paris. So my start was dancing, musical theater, and then I did some modeling in Spain, Barcelona, Milan, South Africa, London, Paris, all those places. And it's only later on that when I wanted to have a real voice, I realized that I needed to maybe pivot to something a little bit more that would give me a better voice. And that's when movies came into my mind, and then I moved to LA. And as 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 most actors, when you first come here, it's a real struggle, man. Oh my goodness. I've done a bunch of small, cheap, independent movies, student movies. I mean, every week, every month, I was shooting something that was not paying me. But I guess that's also how I paid my dues. And then slowly, bigger budget movies started to come along, and then some TV shows as well. But really, yes, I did start with the lowest of the lows, meaning by that, the small independent movie makers, with no equipment, no crew, but we just wanted to create art.
I love how you actually support it. I want to ask a random question. If you saw the first Haitian movie at this year's Sundance Film Festival, it's called it's called Kidnapping
Kidnapping Inc.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you seen it?
I have seen it. I have seen
What did
it.
you think of the film?
It's brilliant because, well, it's brilliant because, first of all, if you are Haitian, you understand all the nuances. It's full of messages because you're talking about kidnapping in Haiti, fiction, when really it's the reality of the country as it is now. Right now, I'm supporting a campaign of one of my friend's son who got kidnapped. It's a real story. And while those guys were shooting, some of the crew members got kidnapped as well. So, but despite that, it's a very interesting movie. It's like a hybrid kind of movie, action, comedy. I mean, like, you don't see too many of those kind of movies around anymore. I think the director took lots of risk with his approach, Bruno Mural, and I'm so glad to see that movie premiering at Sundance, as it deserved to be at a very good film festival like Sundance. But despite the situation in Haiti, we do have a handful of filmmakers that are making some noise. Just before Kidnapping Inc., we also had Frida, which was a movie directed by Jessica Jean-Louise, and that movie opened at the film festival in Cannes.
Mhm.
And that was a big deal, and it was supported by um, uh, what's his name, came on as an executive producer, very, very famous, Francis Ford Coppola.
Mm.
Francis Ford Coppola saw the movie and he came on as an executive producer because he really believed in the movie. So it's good to see that despite the situations in Haiti, we have talents that are able to create great stories and being able to showcase some of those movies in festivals such as Sundance. So I hope he's gonna get something out of Sundance this year. But if anything, I'm glad to know that he's there. But he's not the only one. I think there are 3 projects this year at Sundance that are from Haitian producers and directors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There are 3 of them. There is also a documentary that was produced by Getty Felin, who had another movie called Haiti Mon Amour, and that movie was the Haitian entry to the Oscars back in maybe 2018. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Wow, that's excellent, and I'm very glad that you support the Caribbean cinema and both the independent cinema itself. But let me wrap with one last question, Jimmy. I know you're busy. You're going to be very busy as jury president of the Santo
Yeah.
Domingo Global Film Festival. But what other upcoming projects do you have? Are you still traveling the world?
Yeah, I'm still traveling the world, but it's not just for the sake of traveling. It's because I do have projects, in different parts of the world. The next big thing that is coming out is a movie called The Goat Life, which is an Indian movie that we shot in Algeria, Jordan, and India. So it's coming out April 10th. So that's a big movie. That's a big budget Indian style. And I'm very, very, very glad about that one. And then there are a couple of independent movies that I shot here as well that should see the light this year, such as Viper with Peter Facinelli and Jonathan Rhys-Meyer. And I also did Degenerate with Pete David. Gosh, what's his name? You see, my memory is not helping me. Degenerate with very good actor, the one who did Into the Wild. Oh my God.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh my God. This is very good.
is it Emil Hirsch?
Emil Hirsch. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So we did that movie last year. So I think that should come out sometime this year. And then a handful of other independent movies, some shot in France, some shot in the Dominican Republic. But those ones, I don't know when they might come out. So I do have a handful of projects that will see the light soon.
Both sides. It's always a pleasure speaking to you, Jimmy, and I look forward to speaking to you again, or hopefully in person in Los Angeles at another film festival. So
yes, indeed. Hopefully, man. Let's keep in touch, okay? And big up with everything, and hope to see you very soon, my friend.
hey, thank you very much. Next time.
Okay, man. Take care. Yes. Bye-bye.